Right, so let's have a look at the Introduction to Patterns of Religion. This will be our book for the whole semester, and we might as well start cracking into how these guys work, how the book works. I like to start with methodological issues, such as defining our terms, and then move into populating the method with data. So I want to start with page 10. The authors describe 3 different ways of defining religion. The first, the monothetic way, produces a mono, a singular way of defining the essence of something. What they don't really tell you is that they don't use a monothetic definition, and it's not going to get you very far in the comparative study of religion. Next, they describe a polythetic definition, in which one creates a class of things with common features or properties that can be effectively compared. They don't really tell you this, but this book is driven by a polythetic definition of religion, in which you are going to look for 3 common features from each tradition: the pattern of life that is developed in the tradition, the community of faith, and the worldview regarding what is ultimate or sacred. Complicating things further yet, the authors describe functional definitions of religion without really telling you that this book emphasizes the function of religion, the ability of religious traditions to build communities that perpetuate themselves. So what is it that they do? What is it that religious traditions do? If you're looking at the work they accomplish, then part of that work is perpetuating themselves. It's pretty remarkable that these traditions have carried on as long as they have. That's worth taking note of. What kind of power is at work in the way these are set up and structured, that they perpetuate themselves? So now, when you go back to page 1, you see their definition of religion. You can see that it is a polythetic, functional definition of religion. Describes 3 features that are common to religions: pattern of life, community of faith, and a worldview. So let's just think about those a little bit. Providing a pattern. A pattern of life is a pattern for what to do when a child is born, when and how to ritualize procreation, such as the sacrament of marriage, and what to do when someone dies, right? That's the basic pattern of life. Get born, mature to sexual productivity, if we could call it that, and die. And so this gives you the pattern for how to do that. The pattern gives you a model for what to do for all the most important stages of a human life cycle. Secondly, religions provide a community. Hence, religions are resilient because it is true of human communities that we are stronger together. By unifying people with a pattern of life, they form resilient communities. Thirdly, religions provide a worldview or grand story with which people can ask questions of meaning. And if humans are anything, we are storytelling animals, and we are animals who have questions of meaning. So that it is common across cultures to find religious traditions speaks very deeply to the fact that we are storytelling animals who have questions of meaning. Now, the worldview or grand story covers the 3 most important temporal and spatial questions. If you've got an animal that moves around like we do, then questions of its time and space are its most important questions. And the 3 most important moments in time for us are the past, the present, and the future. And these grand stories provide us information about each. The past is described in terms of where did we come from. That's where the creation stories, that's what creation stories are meant to answer. The present, what do we do while we're here? And that's where the morality and ethics get worked out. You got your 10 Buddhist precepts, we got 10 commandments, we've got the 5 pillars of Islam. These provide that daily structure for what'll I do today, right? I'm not driving over anybody in my car. There's a whole world of morality and ethics that help us in the present, and these grand stories come complete with the ethic by which, and the discipline by which to live rightly in that story. And then the future. We are the animal that's very aware of its death. So one of our 3 most important questions is, what is the significance of our death to our community? We even want to know what the meaning of death is. So, bada bing, bada boom, the worldview provides a beautiful triangulation, the past, the present, and the future, all wrapped up into a pattern of life and a community with rituals that mark the journey. It's always good to have those landmarks out there, right? Now, I think our authors make some of this more difficult than it needs to be. I'll do my best by bringing my functionalist approach to the table to make the book a little less obtuse. By outlining these chapters, this is the part that's going to help you in pounding through them. You'll make sense of the book easily enough, and you'll develop some complex pictures of each tradition that will serve you well in this big old world. So let's hope that by the end of this, you've come up with that note-taking strategy, images, whatever it takes, so that you can provide for yourself a really great little encyclopedia of these religious traditions. And with that, you will understand one of the most prominent forces on the global landscape of our time. And that seems like a good thing to do at the university. Thanks.